If you were, say, a recruitment manager from a business, what are you asking and how are you vetting your recruitment partners?
Yeah, I mean, I'll jump in here. If I'm a hiring manager and a recruiter's asking for my time, quiz the recruiter. What do you know about my business? Have they gone to the effort of doing their research? Do they know how your organisation is structured? Do they know the products or solutions that you're selling? I appreciate if it's a stealth mode startup, that's a bit difficult. But is this person coming prepared? I think that's number one.
I'd say first thing is, if you can, get them into your office, meet them face to face. Details are important. How are they presenting themselves when they've come in? This is something that I look at when I meet people. If they've come in and they're looking scruffy, it's likely that the rest of the things that they do is quite scruffy. Like we had it recently where we've been qualified thoroughly. Ask them, have a research into them. Look at reviews on the business. Ask people in the market, what's their reputation like? Because we've discussed all the amazing things and the benefits of working with a specialist and the great things you can get from using a recruitment partner. But what about the negatives? How is it going to affect your brand if they're not representing you in the right way? What if they're not giving candidates feedback, for example? That reflects on the end client. That gives them a bad experience. If they're not thorough, our offers getting rejected. If they're not qualifying candidates properly, also time wasted interviewing the wrong candidates. So all of that, you can ask when they come into the office, ask them, what is your recruitment process? When you leave here, what are you going to do for the search? Who is going to be working on this role? Show me their LinkedIn profile. How much experience do they have? Everyone starts from somewhere, but do they have 3 months experience? If they do, how much value are they adding? If that recruiter's got 3 months experience, and if he's against someone that he or she's against someone with 5 years experience, are they going to win? They might get lucky, but they might not. Who do you want in your corner? Who do you want giving your business the competitive advantage?
So the point you made on bringing them into the office, seeing them eye to eye, getting to know them as a person, assess their interpersonal skills. Is this someone who is going to get another person excited about your business? Because it's much easier to close a candidate on an offer if they're excited about it, and those excitement levels need to stay high throughout the whole process. Okay, so choosing the right person to represent the brand is so important.
And also, just on that and closing the candidates and an enjoyable recruitment process for the client and the candidate. What are your thoughts on delays through the process? How can we avoid them?
Synergy is so important between the recruiter and the company. Responsiveness, a clear communication plan. Is this recruiter willing to dedicate at least an hour, 2 hours a week for a regular catch-up to check up on the process, check up on feedback on candidates, assessing what the pipeline is in terms of the candidates that are in process. That's so key to ensure that they close candidates, a strict, thorough process. And you're only going to get that by working with a recruiter that's experienced.
Yeah, this goes back to what I was going to mention earlier, was around sort of the kind of questions that you should be asking your recruiter to qualify them. One of the things that I always tell candidates is to include as much tangible evidence in your CV as possible. And I think the same could be said for recruitment managers vetting their recruiters, to making sure that they have got tangible evidence of some of the recruitment process they've been involved in. So that could come in the form of references, but it could also come in the form of asking them what their job to placement ratio is like, what's their average time to fill. Since I've been in the MENA region, I don't think I've ever been asked anything tangible in terms of numbers. You would ask this from every talent acquisition manager coming into your business. So why would you not do the same for a recruitment partner? And this could go for the individual, but it could also be for the business as a whole, to really vet them and make sure that they're the top performers in what they're going to do with what they say they do.
Yeah, 100%. I think the one topic that comes to mind for hiring managers and talent acquisition teams is what's your price, what are your fees, and the point of today is it's beyond that. Okay, you pay peanuts, you get monkeys, and it's true. It's true with any product or service. So the point of today is just making hiring managers conscious of who they are partnering with. Okay, so there's various ways in which you can qualify a recruiter. Don't just do it based on price.
That also goes to candidates as well. They should also be selecting who they're using. On a lot of requirements, there's multiple agencies representing candidates. So who do you want in your corner? How is that recruiter going to present your profile? How responsive are they? Are they giving you feedback? Because in some ways we are a career coach, and if a candidate has done something in an interview that the client didn't like, it's good to give them that feedback, because how else are they going to learn? How often do we see people that are perfect for the job not get that job? So giving them that tailored feedback, helping people, spending the extra time to give the candidate a better experience is very valuable to them. And we do want to help people as much as possible.